Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Jessica and today I'm filming my update for my Pan Those Palettes series for 2023. I'm panning two separate palettes this year. First is the Tarteist Pro To Go palette, which I'm trying to finish up completely during the course of this year. And the other one is my Lorac MegaPro2 palette. Two, right? Yes, number two. And this one I'm trying to hit pan on every single shade inside. So I'm going to be updating you on all of the progress I've made during the past month. But before I do, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so you can be here for all of my Project Pan updates. And go ahead and give this video a quick thumbs up. It really does help me a lot. And at any moment, if you want to say hi, please do so in the comments down below. I love hearing from you. Let's go ahead and get into this video. Starting with my Tarteist Pro To Go palette, I'm going to show you what this palette was looking like last month. I had pan in all 6 shades and was getting those pans slowly expanded bit by bit. And here's what the palette is looking like today. And hopefully you'll see some change happening here in my palette. And I do have one new kind of exciting update. I have finally hit a side pan in one of the shades. So I'm going to go through each of these shades one at a time and compare the pictures from last month to this month, let you know how many times I've used them in the past month and during the course of this project. And I'm going to let you know how I did on my goals for the past month, as well as what my goal will be for the following month. So let's go ahead and start with that first shade up here in the upper left corner. This is the shade Drive. Here's what Drive was looking like last month after 108 uses in this project. My goal was to reach for this shade 25 times in the past month. Unfortunately, I only got to 21 uses. I've now used it 129 times total during the course of this year, and here's what it's looking like today. And while this pan is getting quite big, there is still a lot of product remaining in the sides of that pan, and I think that it's going to take me quite a bit of time to finish this one up. I don't expect to be finished with it next month, but I definitely think I should be able to finish it up before the end of this year. The next shade is Stylin'. Here's what Stylin' was looking like last month. This was after 145 uses in this project. My goal was to reach for it 30 times during the past month. I reached for it 28 times, making for 173 uses total, and here's what Stylin' is looking like today. And I definitely think you'll see a change in this pan, at least in the shape of it. I've been trying to kind of wear away this upper corner here. I've been using this in my brows as well as on my eyes when I think of it. And that has helped me to make steady progress on this shade. But again, there's still quite a bit of product remaining in there. And very soon I'm gonna have to amp up my use on this and start using it on my face as a bronzing type product. And hopefully that'll get me through this eyeshadow before the year is up. I do have this in my brows today, as I do most days, and I decided to only use this eyeshadow palette today to create my eye look so you could get a good representation of what it's capable of. I really went for it, wanted to get a nice smoky look and use all the shimmers in here and just really go all out. I really like how it turned out. I do have the brown in the outer crease and blended throughout to add some nice depth to this look. So that is all for Stylin'. Moving on to Boss, this shimmery brown shade. Last month it was looking like this, and I used it 31 times in this project. My goal was to reach for it 8 times during the past month. I managed to reach for it 5, making for 36 uses total, and here's what it's looking like today. And this pan is starting to get a little bit bigger, giving me some hope. I'm excited to continue to chip this one away, but again, we still have quite a ways to go in that shade. Moving down to the bottom row, we are looking at this shade Hype. This is my exciting shade this month. I did finally hit a side pan in this eyeshadow, and that just happened today with this look. So here's what Hype was looking like last month after 96 uses in this project. My goal was to reach for it 25 times during the past month. I managed to reach for it 32 times, so well above my goal. I've now used this shade 128 times total during the course of this project, and here's what it's looking like today. And this one is getting so close to being finished up. I've been using this on my eyes as well as on my face as a highlight, and it is really helping me to get through this product, but it is still lingering around. I was hoping to have this one empty very soon. It didn't happen this month. I'm really hoping that by next month, I should have my first empty pan inside this little palette, and that's gonna feel so good. We are officially at our halfway point in this project, and I'm a little disappointed I don't have any completed shades yet, but I'm getting so close, and I've just been enjoying the process of reaching for this kind of pretty naturally and seeing how the progress goes without me really trying to push myself to finish shades that maybe, I'm not using them in a way that I really enjoy. So I'm not too disappointed this one isn't empty yet because I know it's coming very soon, and I know that will feel very satisfying when it does. The next shade in the bottom center is Crisp. Crisp is a really pretty warm brown shade, and I really do love it, but it's quite pigmented and it can be kind of hard to wear a lot of it. So here's what Crisp was looking like last month. This was after 80 uses in this project. My goal was to reach for Crisp 20 times in the past month, but I only reached for it 14, making for 94 uses total, and here's what Crisp is looking like today. And again, it's getting bigger, but we got a lot of product remaining. I'm interested to see how far I can get on this shade before the year is up. Hopefully I can finish it up, but we shall see. And the last shade in this project is Dominate right here. I do have Dominate on this look in the outer part of my lid, and I have Hype in the inner part of the lid, and then Boss, the bronzy brown, in the center part of my lid. So all three shimmers on my eyelid for you today. So here's what Dominate was looking like last month after 30 uses in this project. My goal was to reach for it 8 times during the past month. Again, I only reached for it 5, making for 35 uses total. And here's what Dominate is looking like today. And I'm hoping the pan's a little bit bigger, but again, this is my challenge shade. This is the one that I have the most work to do on. And I'm really gonna have to amp up my use on this one and get a little bit creative if I have any hope of getting close to finishing it before the year is up. So that is all for my Tarteist Pro To Go palette. I'm actually feeling pretty good with where we are at today. It's so satisfying to see so many big pans in here, and I'm really hopeful to start emptying some of these shades out in the next couple months pretty quickly. As far as weight goes, I have been taking a weight on this palette since the beginning of the year. In January, this palette was weighing 62.64 grams. As of last month, it was weighing 58.64 grams, and then today it weighs 58.13 grams. So I've used 0.51 grams of product in the past month, and about 4.5 grams of product total during the course of this project. So that is pretty darn amazing, and I cannot wait to see how I continue to chip away on this one throughout the rest of the year. I think I should get pretty close to finishing this one up completely, but if I don't, I'm just gonna be so satisfied to have it used and so well loved before I kick it out of my collection. So my goals for this next month, I'm gonna try and finish up Hype completely and have my first empty pan in this palette. Don't know how many times that's going to take me, but I'm really hoping I can get there. I'm going to try and reach for Drive and Crisp 15 times each. I think I should be able to hit that goal. I'm going to try and reach for Silent at least 20 times. I'm pretty sure I can surpass that number. And Boss and Dominate, I'm going to keep my uses at 5 times each. I just need to give myself a little bit of a break, especially if I'm going to be focusing on shimmers in my Lorac MegaPro2 palette. So that is all for my Tarteist Pro To Go palette. Let's go ahead and move on to my next palette, the Lorac MegaPro2. But before I do, here's a little montage of what my Tarteist Pro To Go palette has been looking like since I brought it into this project in January. Enjoy. Now for my Lorac MegaPro2 palette. So here's what this palette was looking like last month. As of last month, I had pan on 22 of the 32 shades in this palette. And here's what this palette is looking like this month. So I only have one new pan in this palette. It is this shade here, Saddle. So I now have pan in 23 of the 32 eyeshadow shades in here. And I still have 9 shades of eyeshadow in here that still need pan on them. That means I have 6 months to hit 9 pans in this palette. And I am starting to get a little bit nervous, but all I need to do is just refocus my attention here and start banging out these pans. I was definitely focusing on Saddle to hit that pan. I didn't count how many times I used it, but I did use it in my brows as well as on my eyes to be able to get that pan. You'll see it's quite small, but quite deep. And that's because I was using my angled definer brush in that shade. I was focusing on chiffon here and have been for the past several months. My goal was to reach for chiffon 10 times during the past month. I only reached for it 6 times, but I am starting to get quite a nice little dip on that one, so that's feeling good, and I'm hoping to have a pan on that one pretty soon. I also was trying to focus on lavender. I wanted to use that one 10 times. That only got used 3 times, so the difference probably isn't very significant, but I'm happy to just be a little bit closer to pan on that one. That's definitely a challenge shade for me, so I'm really gonna have to push myself to reach for that one if I'm going to hit pan on it eventually. I was also focusing on Penny down here at the bottom. My goal is to reach for that 10 times. I only reached for it 2 times, but it does have a nice little finger dip showing up in it, and that one feels good. And then I also was trying to focus on Dark Sienna. Again, I wanted to use it 10 times. I only reached for it 2. Pretty disappointing, but it is starting to get a nice little dip in there, and I am just getting closer and closer to pan bit by bit. The weight on this palette has been all over the place. It's been increasing in weight during the past several months, but I finally did get a smaller weight when I weighed it today. So last month it was weighing 263.44 grams. When I weighed it today, I got 262.95 grams. So according to that measurement, I used 0.49 grams of product. I don't know if that's correct, but there are the numbers for you. You have to take them with a grain of salt, okay? They're not accurate, I'll tell you that now. So I've still got 2 more mattes to hit pan in here. I have ash, this really dark gray, and then lavender, and then I have 7 shimmers to hit pan on here. Chiffon, which I'm getting close on, cinnamon and sandstone both need a pan, as well as gunmetal, and then down here at the bottom we have dark sienna, penny, and olivine. So I'm really excited to start focusing in on these shimmers down here and hopefully get some pans going on them very quickly so that I can meet my goal by the end of this year. I'm going to just focus on a couple shades for this next month since my focus shades seem to be pretty much a flop every time I do one of these updates, but at least I'm getting new pans for you all the same. So I decided to focus on olivine because it is very close to having a pan in it, and I think that's something I can get pretty easily. So I'm going to try and use olivine 5 times. It's like a really pretty sagey silvery green color. And then I also have chiffon here. Again, really close to chiffon. It has a really nice dip going on it. I'm going to try and reach for that 10 times, and hopefully that will get me a pan on that shade. And then I'm also going to redirect my attention to penny again and try and just take advantage of these summer months when these bronzy shades are really pretty and easy to wear. I'm going to try and reach for penny 5 times. I don't know if that will get me a pan, but at least it will get me that much closer. So that is all for my Lorac MegaPro2 palette. Let me show you what this palette has been looking like month by month since it came in January. It's not nearly as satisfying as watching the progress in my Tarteist Pro To Go palette, but I love a montage all the same. So here it is, enjoy. So that is all for my Pandos Palettes update this month. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up so the YouTube algorithm knows that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much again for being here and watching this video. It really does mean so much to me. I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.